Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Oh shit, what did I just do? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bobbie, this is Mingus, and today is Thursday, so it's time for yin yoga. For this class, I like to have a lot of props nearby, just because it's helpful because you won't want to go into poses as deeply as you would in a hatha or vinyasa class. So it helps to have props around. If you don't have like yoga props like blocks, a bolster, or blanket, you can just grab like a bunch of pillows and a bunch of blankets. Grab all the pillows and blankets in the house if you want, just to have them nearby. Yeah, we're gonna get started, I guess, now. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really tired and kind of bummed out because I might have been exposed to COVID, so I have to quarantine again, which sucks. Even though I've been as safe as possible, I get tested regularly, social distance, wear my mask everywhere, and I'm home mostly, except for when I work. But I do come in contact with a lot of people at my job, unfortunately. And I can't control what other people do and how safe they are. But yeah, be as safe as possible. Wear a mask. Don't go out to bars and restaurants. And stay home if you can. Yeah. We're going to get started in a comfortable seat. So sitting up nice and tall. Cross-legged seat is fine. If you want to sit on the knees and heels, you can do that also. If you're having a hard time sitting up tall here, or if you feel like your knees are coming up really high, you can place something underneath the sit bones. It could be a block, pillow, blanket, bolster, maybe a couple pillows, whatever feels best in your body. Yeah, and then begin to sit up nice and tall. Let the eyes close. Relax the face. Bring the hands, palms face down on the thighs or knees. And begin to slow the breath down right away. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Making your inhales as long as the exhales. And the exhales as long as the inhales. Feel free to add in your ujjayi breath if that's in your practice, by constricting the back of the throat, making a ha sound with the lips closed. Whatever type of breath you choose, just bring your focus and awareness to the breath, really listening to the sound of your breath. And allow yourself to let go of any thoughts that come to your mind. Notice them, observe them, but then let them go with each and every exhale. Allowing yourself to be completely present in this moment on your mat. So today's class is all about the sixth chakra, or the third eye chakra. If you don't know what chakras are, they are energy centers that run up the spine, starting right at the base of the spine, at the tailbone, going all the way up to the crown of the head. They're like little energy balls that can become blocked, or they can become too excessive, which can cause either physical or mental problems in the body. Yeah, depending on, and each chakra is associated with different physical qualities and different mental parts of the brain and stuff. The sixth chakra, or the third eye chakra, is also called Ajna in Sanskrit, which means command. The functions of this chakra are intuition, wisdom, self-realization, memory, fearlessness, and perception. It's associated with the element light. It's also associated with the color indigo blue, or like a dark, deep blue. Try wearing a lot of dark blue today. This shirt's actually blue. It kind of looks black in the video, but it's blue. Got my blue mat too. I actually don't have that many blue clothes, so this chakra and the last chakra were kind of hard to dress for. Anywho, the main obstacle of this chakra is illusion. So kind of like delusional. It's located right at the center of the brow line, where if you would imagine if you had a third eye, that's where it would be. It's associated with the planet Jupiter, and this chakra develops in the human body between 11 years old and the early 20s. Imbalances of this chakra could cause blindness, headaches, migraines, earaches, nightmares, sleep disorders, fear, manic depression, anxiety, paranoia, or equilibrium imbalances. So let's just take a few more deep breaths here. Really beginning to feel centered in, grounded through the sit bones and the legs where you're sitting, yet lifted and feeling light and lifted through the heart and the crown. And from here, we're just take a moment to take a pranayama practice. We're going to start though by switching the cross of our legs. So whichever leg you had in front, well, if you're sitting cross-legged, if you're sitting on your heels, then just keep sitting on your heels. If you're sitting cross-legged though, either bring the opposite leg in front or on top, probably the more awkward one. And then the pranayama that we're going to practice today is called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to take your right hand and bring the right ring finger to the outside of the left nostril. Let's bring our index finger and middle finger to that third eye space while we do this. And then the thumb will be used to close the right nostril. We're going to start just by keeping the nostrils open. Take one inhale through the nose. And let's just exhale through the mouth. Then we'll begin Nadi Shodhana. So close the left nostril with the right ring finger. Take an inhale through the right nostril. Pause at the top, close the right nostril with the thumb and open up the left nostril. Exhale out the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Switch, close off the left, let the right side open. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch. Exhale through the left. Just keep practicing this on your own. Try not to get too in your head about it. It's okay if you mess up the order of things. Just try to focus on the breath, clearing the mind, and really focus your energy on that third eye space. Maybe even imagining an indigo blue glowing orb right at the center of that third eye space. growing bigger and brighter with each breath that you take. The next time you exhale through the left nostril, release the right hand down and just breathe normally, or take deep, even breaths in and out through the nostrils, through both nostrils. You can come back to that Ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. Just take a moment to notice how the body and mind feel. And then from here, I forgot to mention, I forgot to do it while I was doing this. I'm gonna read off some affirmations for each pose that we do. It's just something that you can think about, or something to motivate you, something to keep you going, that you can come back to at any moment in your life when you're feeling an imbalance of the third eye chakra. Or you can repeat it after me in your head out loud during each posture. The first one is, I am in touch with my inner guidance. I am in touch with my inner guidance. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our bellies, and you're going to want to have props nearby. I'm going to use 2 blocks, but you can feel free to use a couple pillows. I would recommend if you don't have blocks, or if you have books that are the size of blocks. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of class. So, sorry. If you do have blocks, you can place them on any height that you'd like. Let's see how the medium height feels. It might change, but always test it out. Then you're going to bring the tops of the shoulders onto your blocks or onto your pillows. So you should have at least 2 pillows, if not more. You might want more height because they're squishier. And then you're going to bring the arms back behind you. Rest the forehead on the earth. And if you're having a hard time resting the forehead on the earth in this position, that means you need to lower your blocks or lower your pillows or whatever you're using. You really want to try to find that connection to the earth or your props in each posture that we take tonight. We want to feel sensation on the third eye space. So once you've arrived, begin to close the eyes. Come back to your breath. Sorry, you should have your head down here, but I don't want to talk with my head into the ground, so you can't hear me. But I'll be done talking soon. So come back to the breath. Feel the shoulder blades start to press back, sort of bringing you into a position, or bringing your shoulders into a position that they don't go very often, because most of us have our arms out in front of us for most of the day, whether we're at a computer, driving, riding a bike, pretty much anything that we do, our arms are out in front of us, causing us to round the back. So this kind of opens up the collarbones, opens up the shoulders, and brings you into a position that the body doesn't normally get to take. So it kind of relieves that tightness that you may get in between the shoulder blades. The next affirmation is, I listen to my deepest wisdom. I listen to my deepest wisdom. On your next inhale, begin to lift the head. Make your way off your blocks or pillows or whatever you're using. And come up to hands and knees. Feel free to pad the knees if you have sensitive knees like me or recovering from a knee injury. And then from here, we're going to start by bringing the arms out in front of us, keeping the hips high. Bring the right hand to the right above the elbow crease, and then reach the forehead down to the earth. Make sure you find that connection to the earth. So if that is too uncomfortable without any props, you can place a couple props underneath the forehead and arms. So maybe a bolster, a pillow, a couple pillows, blankets, whatever you feel like your body needs. We just want to find that connection with the third eye space to something. And then once you've arrived, let the eyes close, relax the face, and begin to breathe deep, bringing the focus and awareness back to the breath, allowing yourself to be present. Allow yourself to quiet your mind and find stillness. I seek to understand and to learn from my life experiences. I seek to understand and to learn from my life experiences. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, reach both arms out long, and then we'll just switch sides. So keep the chest reaching down towards the earth. Bend the left elbow, bring the left hand right above the right elbow crease on the right arm. Lower the head back down. This side might be different than the other, so you may need props on one side and not the other. Make sure to listen to your body and find your edge, the balance between effort and ease. The point in the pose where you feel sensation, but it's not too overwhelming or painful. Should never be painful, but it's also not too underwhelming, so where you don't feel anything. And begin to close the eyes. Come back to the breath. Quiet the mind and find stillness. I am wise, intuitive, and connected with my inner guide. I am wise, intuitive, and connected with my inner guide. On your next inhale, begin to lift the gaze, reach both arms out long, and then walk the hands in. Come to sit on the heels for just a moment, just so you can bring the hips off to one side, and then reach the legs out long in front of you. Feel free to sit up on a prop here. Could be a blanket, bolster, pillow, whatever you have, or just sit on the ground. But if you're having a hard time sitting up tall here, then I suggest putting something underneath the sit bones. If you have tighter hamstrings, maybe place a prop underneath the legs, like a bolster, rolled up blanket, blocks to keep the knees bent, or just keep the knees bent. Let the legs relax completely. Bring them about hips width distance apart. Take an inhale to sit up nice and tall. Then as you exhale, begin to fold forward, bringing the arms out in front of you, but with the palms facing up so you're not tempted to pull yourself forward. And your head probably won't reach the ground here unless you're really flexible. So in that case, make sure you bring a prop underneath the forehead so you find that connection to the third eye space again. You can use any prop that you like, block, bolster, a couple pillows, blankets, whatever you need, whatever you have around. And then close the eyes. Take deep, even breaths. Let go of your thoughts. Be present. I nurture my spirit. I nurture my spirit. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up through the spine to sit up nice and tall. And then from here, bring the soles of the feet together, knees open wide, come to face you. You can still be sitting up on something, any props if you'd like. Try to make sure you can sit up nice and tall once again. So if you're having a hard time sitting up tall or if your knees are coming up really high, then place a prop underneath the sit bones. And then from here, take an inhale. As you exhale, begin to round the spine forward. And you probably won't be able to reach your head to your feet, but we still, once again, want to find that connection. So you can either bring some props on top of your feet, pillows, blankets, blocks, or bring your feet on top of a prop. I might do both, actually. I'm not very flexible in this pose. And if this is too much on your hips, you can also stack some props underneath the knees so that the knees aren't getting pulled down by gravity. When you fold yourself forward, try also to not pull yourself, actually pull yourself forward. So maybe bring the palms to face up. And instead, let your breath and gravity do the work for you. And what I mean by that is just focus on your breath. And you may notice as you hold the pose, the longer you hold it, that you naturally fold deeper into the pose, or may naturally be able to take away some props as well. Once you get settled in, close the eyes, relax the face, and breathe. I listen to the wisdom of elders. I listen to the wisdom of elders. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up through the spine. Coming to sit up nice and tall. And then from here, we're going to reach the right leg out long to the right. Left foot comes towards the inside of the right thigh. Once again, you can still be sitting up on some props here. You can place some props underneath the knee or just keep it bent. But try to relax the leg as best you can. Instead of like in a Hatha or Vinyasa class, you know how you always want the muscles engaged. In Yin, we're trying to target more of the ligaments and joints and even the bones. In order to do that, you need to keep the muscles relaxed. So from here, make sure you have props nearby because you're probably going to need them. Sit up nice and tall to start. And then as you exhale, turn to the right leg. And then as you exhale, begin to fold over that right leg, bringing any props necessary to bring that forehead to the knee. So you can either stack them on top of the leg or just to the inside of the leg. Could be pillows, blankets, bolsters, whatever you have, blocks. Just as long as you can get that connection of the forehead to something. And then once you arrive, close the eyes, relax the face, focus on the breath. I trust my intuition. I trust my intuition. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up through the spine, making your way to sit up nice and tall. And then we'll just switch sides. So reach the left leg out long, the right leg bends, right foot comes to the inner thigh. Set up your props as you may need. It may be slightly different on one side. You may need less than you did on the other side, or you may need more. Relax the left leg completely. Start by sitting up tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Try to bring the palms to face upward so you're not tempted to pull yourself forward. And instead, let gravity and your breath do the work for you. Close the eyes, relax the face. Be present. I forgive the past and learn what was there for me to learn. I forgive the past and learn what was there for me to learn. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up through the spine. Sitting up nice and tall, and reach both legs out wide to either side, in either direction. Relax the legs completely. You can still be sitting up on something here if you're having a hard time sitting up tall in this pose. Move my crystals and stuff. And then take an inhale to sit up tall. As you exhale, allow the spine to round forward. Once again, bringing whatever props you need underneath the head, stacking them as high as you need, having a bend in the knees if you need, maybe even putting some props underneath the knees. Whatever feels best in your body. Find your edge. And you may notice that whatever setup you try first might not work. If you noticed me in my butterfly, I had to move around some stuff in order to find my edge, in order to find that perfect spot where I feel sensation, but it's not too over that way. Can I think of the word? Over, stimulating or over or under stimulating. And then close the eyes, relax the face, and breathe. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll up through the spine. Walk the hands in. Then bring the hands to the outer thighs to help you gently, slowly bend the knees and bring the legs back toward one another. Then from here, we'll start by coming to hands and knees. Bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Kick the right foot out towards the left side, and then lengthen the left foot back behind you. And if this pose is just too unbearable for you, and it is for a lot of people, don't worry. Listen to your body. Don't take it then. Instead, you can bring both shins to stack on top of one another. We'll start with the right leg on top, so we're all on the same leg. Flex the right toes to protect your knee and ankle joints. If this knee is coming up really high, place some props underneath. And if that's too uncomfortable for you, just come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Start with the right leg on top or in front. And then we'll all fold forward, bringing whatever props you may need underneath the forehead. If you're in this variation and it's not super painful for you, sit up nice and tall to start. If you feel this right hip coming up really high, you can place a prop underneath there. Then begin to walk the hands out in front of you. You can come to forearms and bring props underneath the forehead if that's where you're at, or come all the way down to the ground, maybe bringing props underneath still. Wherever you're at, let the eyes close, relax the face, and breathe. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. On your next inhale, begin to walk the hands in. Make your way back to hands and knees if you took Sleeping Swan, or just switch the cross of your legs if you took either of the other variations. If you're taking Sleeping Swan on the next side, bring the left knee towards the left wrist, kick the left foot out towards the right side, and then walk the right foot back behind you. So this left knee should be pointing out to the left. Should be further away from the left hip, not pointing straight out from it. To deepen the stretch, you will bring your foot further away from you. For less of a stretch, bring it in. Just remember to find your edge. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, fold, placing any props you need underneath the forehead or underneath the hips. So you find that connection to the third eye space. Close the eyes and breathe. I am connected with the wisdom of the universe. I am connected with the wisdom of the universe. On your next inhale, slowly begin to come up. Walk the hands in if you took Sleeping Swan. Everyone make your way to hands and knees. We're going to come into Child's Pose. So bring the big toes to touch. Knees can either be wide or together, whatever feels best in your body. You can also pad the knees if you'd like. If you have sensitive knees like me. And then walk the hands out in front of you. Reach the hips back towards the heels. Bring the forehead to the earth. If the forehead doesn't easily come to the earth, place any props that you need underneath the forehead, underneath that third eye space. Relax the face. Bring your focus and awareness back to the breath. Send your breath into the areas where you feel tension. Quiet the mind and find stillness. I am at peace. I am at peace. On your next inhale, begin to lift the head and carefully make your way onto your backs for your Shavasana. So everyone lie back on your back. Sorry, Minky's trying to lay in the blankie, so I'm going to make him a little bed over here. He's going to take Shavasana with us. See, what a good boy. Lie back on your back. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the back. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. Close the eyes, relax the face. Let's take a few inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth to sigh out any leftover tension. Inhale, everyone, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Then begin to let the breath return to its natural state, releasing any breath control. Still letting go of your thoughts and just focusing on relaxing every single muscle in the body. You can even come back to that visualization of that indigo deep blue orb, glowing orb, right at the third eye space, growing bigger and brighter with each muscle that you relax. Finding your Shavasana. Slowly, slowly, wisdom gathers, golden dust in the afternoon, somewhere between the sun and me, sometimes so near that I can see, yet never settling, late or soon. Would that it did, and a rug of gold spread west of me, a mile or more, not large, but so that I might lie, face up between the earth and sky, and know what knows has known before. Then I would tell the best I could the secrets of that shining place, the web of the world, how thick, how thin, how firm, with all things folded in, how ancient and how full of grace. It's a poem called Slowly, Slowly, Wisdom Gathers by Mark Van Doren. Slowly begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. And rock the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead, the legs out long in front of you for a nice morning stretch. And then hug the knees into the chest and carefully roll over onto the left side. Rest here for a moment in this fetal position. Then whenever you're ready, try to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze and make your way up into a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Once you've arrived, reclose the eyes if you opened them. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale through the mouth, hands to heart center. Bow the chin towards the heart. Then bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye space. Take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of your day to practice yoga, to do something good for your body and mind. And I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your breath with me and for sharing space with me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have had a good practice. Hope you have a good night. Hopefully I'll be able to be at Crux Chiropractic on Saturday for my energizing vinyasa. But if I get positive COVID test results or if I don't get my test results back by then I might be here. So wish me luck with that. Really hope I don't have COVID. Thank you again. Let me know if there's anything you want to work on in any future classes. And join me on Saturday. Either I'll be here or at Crux, but I'll be here or I'll have a class for you. Energizing Vinyasa, it's got more intermediate and advanced options. Super energizing, kind of the opposite of this class. Good workout at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Also going to be Third Eye Chakra themed. The last Third Eye Chakra class of my series, so you don't want to miss it. Thank you again. I think that's it. Donate if you can. I like to keep putting out free classes or donation-based classes, so if you can donate, that'd be really awesome, especially since I can't work right now. I Venmo and PayPal and Cash App info are on my Facebook and Instagram and YouTube channel, or just shoot me a message if you need it. Thank you again, and I hope you have a really good night. And Minky says good night too. Got a little crazy towards the end. You got a little crazy. Okay, say bye, Minky. Say bye. Ah!